Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing really very well. In our today's class, my dear student, we are going to start chapter number 13. Okay, this chapter is all about, my dear student, the value of work. Okay, the work which we used to do in our day-to-day life. Okay, how we have to keep the value of those work. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to discuss this. See, in the words of Swami Vivekanand, when you are doing any task, don't think about anything else. Okay, see, according to Swami Vivekanand, whenever you are completing your target, okay, just think only about your target. Okay, accept your target. Don't think anything. Okay, don't think about anything. Okay, approach it as a form of worship, the highest kind, and give your complete dedication to it for as long as you are working on it. Okay, your consider your job, consider your work as your worship, the highest form. Okay, the highest form. Okay, completely dedicate yourself in the path of your work. Okay, so in this way Swami Vivekanand is saying that uh, worship your work. Okay, now my dear student, we are going to start this chapter. See, when one engage, first of all we are trying to understand what is the exact meaning of work. See, when one engage in any task, okay, it is essential to focus solely on that task without any distractions. Okay, so in the starting line it is saying that whenever anyone is engaging themselves in any task or any job, okay, so completely dedicate yourself. Okay, don't distract yourself from anything. Whatever happened, just leave it. Okay, first of all try to complete your target. Okay, just try to dedicate yourself only. Okay, this work should be approached as a form of worship, the highest form of dedication, and one should commit the entire being to it for the duration of the task. Okay, so again, the words of Swami Vivekananda is repeated in this line. Okay, consider your job as the form of the worship. My dear students, when you sit and do your worship, see, you don't distract yourself. You are completely engaged yourself into the worship. Similarly, consider your job as the form of the worship. Don't distract yourself from anything. Okay, here example is given, Anu and Kabir. Okay, Anu and Kabir were enjoying their time playing in the park. Okay, when they noticed their neighbor Geeta auntie stepping out of a taxi. Okay, in a park, two child, Anu and Kabir, they were enjoying their time. Okay, they were enjoying their time by playing. Okay, at that time they saw that Geeta auntie, who used to live in their area, she is stepping down from the taxi. Okay, she was returning from her walk. Okay, Geeta auntie is returning from her walk, and Geeta auntie is a pilot in Indian Air Force. Okay, so Geeta auntie is the pilot in Indian Air Force. Okay, and she is donning Indian Air Force dressing. Okay, see, Geeta auntie is a source of pride. Okay, Geeta auntie is a source of pride for their entire community, because being a woman, she's a pilot in Indian Air Force. Okay, now my dear student, here you can see the examples of activities, the examples of work here the persons are doing. In the first picture you can see the person is providing free classes. In the second one, that person is tending vegetable gardens, and in the third picture, that person is also running errand for her the home. Okay, so single person doing different job. Okay, the parent of the picture, okay, the parent of the girl which is shown in this picture, this pictures tell us about their parents. See, according to this girl child, she is saying that my parent run a shop. Okay, according to this girl, she is saying that my parent used to run a shop, and that shop sells uniforms and other ready-made garments. Okay, Appa leaves early in the morning and Ma joins him in the shop after we leave for school. Okay, on the second picture, that girl is saying Ma is usually back by the time we return home from school. She also contributes in the voluntary group that teaches knitting to the women in the community. In this way, this girl child is explaining the work done by her parents. Okay, and in the third picture here, you can see elder brother Rohan. You met him when he came to pick me up from school. He is a software engineer and works in a company that makes computer application. Okay, and this girl is also talking about her brother, and her brother name is Rohan. Rohan is a software engineer. On the weekend, he volunteers to teach computer skills to those who have joined the youth development program in nearby college. So in this way, my dear student, this girl is explaining the work done by her parents and her brother. Okay, now we are going to see in this chapter how many types of activities exist. Okay, so first of all, my dear student, many types of activities exist, but those activities are broadly categorized into two groups. First group is an economic activity group, and the second group is a non-economic activity group. See, whenever the term economic joined with any sentence or any word, always remember it means money. Economy means money, because no money means no economy. Okay, so economic activities are those activities which involve money. Okay, so economic activities are those that involve monetary transactions. Here you see monetary transactions and performed in exchange for money or its equivalent. Okay, see, economic activities are most important activities for sustaining livelihood. Okay, like a business person selling school bags in the market, a farmer selling produce, a lawyer earning a fee for legal services, a truck driver transporting goods, a worker employed in a manufacturing factory. In this way, my dear student, you can see many persons engage themselves in many economic activities. Here you can see the examples of economic activities. The person is selling the bags, and after selling the bags, in return he or she got money. Again, here a vegetable vendor is selling vegetables. Okay, and here a mechanic is making, a manufacturing unit is making cars. Okay, now what about non-economic activities? See, non-economic activities are those activities which is not responsible for generating wealth or generating income. Okay, but they earn feelings of gratitude, love, care, and respect. For example, the best example of non-economic activity is our mother cooking in the kitchen. This is the most important example of non-economic activity. See, our mother cooks food for ourselves. Okay, but in return, she want money. No, absolutely not. She is giving her service in the form of cooking food free of cost. But that cooked food contains her love, her affection, okay, her emotions, which is related to their child, which is related to her husband, which is related to her family. Okay, see, youth taking care of their grandparents or family members, assisting in home renovation. So all this type of activities are related to non-economic activities. Okay, in the first picture we have seen about Geeta auntie. See, Geeta auntie is pilot in Indian Air Force. Okay, she gives her service to nation, and in return nation give her salary. Okay, salary. Rohan is a software engineer. Okay, Rohan gives his service to the company, and in return company gives him the salary. However, his weekend volunteer work teaching computer skill is non-economic activity. But Rohan on every weekend teaches computer skill free of cost. Okay, so in 4 to 5, so for 5 to 6 days in a week, okay, Rohan does economic activity, or 1 or 2 days he does non-economic activity. Okay, now what are the importance of non-economic activity we are going to see. See, while non-economic activities, you all know, my dear student, don't generate finance. Okay, but it generates life values. Okay, it generates life values in ourselves, because it is responsible for creating, for generating emotions among the people. Okay, for instance, you can see it is called as the act of seva. Seva means selfless service. Okay, in place of worship. Okay, in places of worship, such as serving foods in langars at gurudwaras, are expressions of community and spiritual fulfillment. You all know, my dear student, langar seva. Okay, langar seva. See, langar seva don't generate any kind of economic activity. It don't generate any kind of monetary benefit, but it creates emotional benefit among the people. Okay, these activities foster a sense of satisfaction and contribute to the well-being of society. Okay, non-economic activities are responsible for generating satisfaction among the community. Okay, now value addition in economic activities. Okay, values are also added in economic activities. You can see economic activities not only involve monetary transaction but also add value at each stage of production. See, economic activities are not only responsible for creating monetary transaction but they also add value at each level. Like you can see here, Kavya's father. Okay, here we are going to see an example. Kavya is a child, Kavya is a girl child, and his father Rajesh is a carpenter who buys wood for 600 rupees to make furniture. Okay, Kavya's father named Rajesh, he buys a furniture of rupees 600. Okay, he then sells a chair for 1000, which was additional 400, reflect the value of his skills, time, and effort. Okay, see, Kavya's father Rajesh first of all buy a wood. Okay, wood for 600 rupees. Okay, and with the help of that old Rajesh created a furniture. Okay, and that furniture he sell for 1000 rupees. Okay, so this additional 400 benefit shows Rajesh value of his skills, time, and effort. Okay, this process of transforming raw material into finished products that hold greater value is known as your value addition. So in this way, my dear student, economic activities are also related with the value generation. Okay, so my dear student, what we have learned, the main key highlight till now, many communities in India follow similar tradition that involve people coming together. Okay, in India we all celebrate the many festivals, and celebrating festival means gathering of many people. Okay, so here is an activity which you have to do, try to do it. Now the seva, the selfless service. What is the meaning of seva and selfless service? Let's see. We witness acts of seva in many places. See, the act of seva we can witness at many places, specifically in religious places like a temple, gurudwaras, mosque, and churches, in the form of food distribution. Okay, mainly in the form of food distribution. For example, the langar community organized by gurudwaras. Okay, they provide free meals to everyone. May they belong to any religion, it doesn't matter. Okay, they will provide free food service to all visitors who visit gurudwaras. Okay, see, this practices promote, see, all these practices promote the feeling of fulfillment and gratitude that God blessed us. So that's why we have to thank. Okay, here you can see the selfless services provided meals. Okay, these are the services which don't give us any kind of profit, but it gives us the most valuable profit in our life, that is our emotions. We feel that yes, we are very happy. See, after doing any kind of seva, you really feel very well. Okay, but my dear student, remember one thing: start doing seva or start doing selfless service at your home first of all. Okay, try to help your mummy and papa in their household work, which you can do. Okay, take care of your old grandparents. Okay, this is the first act of selfless service. If you are not able to do, if you are not going to do, if you are not going to provide any kind of selfless services or seva at your home, and you are doing that outside, that it don't give any kind of benefit to you. Okay, remember this thing. Now, collective community participation here also comes. Now, what is the meaning of collective participation? Let's see. See, collective efforts means those seen in the communities. Okay, see, collective efforts can also seen in the community where large number of people gathered and they do collective services like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or Van Mahotsav. Okay, in Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, what happened? Many people come and they clean their area. Okay, Van Mahotsav means through Van Mahotsav, we are trying to give the message that we need to protect our forest. Okay, demonstrate the power of non-economic activity. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and Van Mahotsav, they are the best example of non-economic activity. Okay, see, why we should take these initiatives? Because it involves citizens working together to keep their environment clean and to promote the conservation of forest. Okay, such activities, though not financially compensated, play a crucial role in enhancing the quality of life and fostering a sense of community. See, my dear student, if you are encouraging yourself doing more and more non-economic activity, then you know what, it will automatically benefit you in monetary terms. How? See, if your surrounding is clean, if your house is clean, if your area is clean, then what happens? You are not going to ill very soon, or as okay, means frequently. Okay, if your area is clean, then no mosquito will come here. Okay, no insects will come here, and mosquitoes, house flies, various insects, they are all responsible for spreading diseases. Okay, so if you are free from any kind of disease, it means what? You are saving your wastage of money in doctor's appointment. Okay, if you are fit and fine. Okay, so here you can see, if you are promoting more and more, or if you are dedicating yourself towards doing non-economic activity more and more, it means you are saving your own money. Okay, so now we are going to see One Mahotsav. What is the meaning of One Mahotsav? You all know, my dear student, this Mahotsav or this festival is totally dedicated to the conservation of our forest. Okay, and through One Mahotsav, we also try to highlight the most important problem at global level, like global warming issue. Okay, this is a major problem. Okay, see, trees are vital for our ecosystem. We all know tree. If there is no tree, then there is no life on this planet Earth. Okay, and why trees are important? Because trees are the main source of providing oxygen. Okay, and if there is no oxygen, then there is no living being. Okay, they absorb carbon dioxide. Okay, they absorb carbon dioxide. Okay, and they also help us to prevent in soil erosion. Okay, and trees give shelter for the wild animals. Okay, by promoting tree planting, One Mahotsav play a crucial role in increasing countries green cover. Okay, during One Mahotsav, people plant more and more trees. Okay, in this way, my dear student, we are protecting our environment from global warming issues. Okay, here we are going to create a healthy environment by planting more and more trees during One Mahotsav for our upcoming generation. Okay, see, One Mahotsav also emphasizes the connection between human and nature. See, when you are going to plant a tree, here what you are doing? Here you are creating a connection between you humans and the nature. Okay, it also serves as a reminder. Okay, it also reminds us that it is our moral responsibility to protect our environment. It is our moral duty to protect our environment. Okay, and encourage among us sustainable living practices, like, okay, sustainable living practices. Schools, colleges, organizations, and local communities come together to plant trees here. In One Mahotsav, means during One Mahotsav, many school children, just like you, college students, organization, okay, and local communities, they came together. Okay, now they come together and they plant more and more trees. Okay, in this way, my dear student, this collective effort fosters a sense of unity and shared purpose in the fight against climatic change and environmental degradation. Okay, in this way, my dear student, when such a large number of people come, it shows unity. Okay, see, now what are the impact of One Mahotsav on our life? See, the impact of One Mahotsav extend beyond the planting of trees. One Mahotsav is not only about planting trees. Okay, it helps build a culture of environmental responsibility among them. Okay, it gives birth in our heart the responsibility that we need to protect our environment. Okay, citizens become more aware of the urgent need to combat deforestation. Okay, and when the value of responsibility regarding our environment arise in our heart, my dear student, then what we are going to do? We citizens become more and more aware about deforestation. Okay, then we are also going to think about that in what way we can reduce pollution or we can protect our biodiversity. Okay, see, you can reduce pollution. Start reducing pollution at your home. First of all, whenever you don't need, so just switch off all the lights. Okay, just turn off the AC. Okay, so in this way, by doing such small efforts, you are contributing a lot towards protecting our environment. Okay, see, this festival promotes the idea that small actions, okay, through One Mahotsav, my dear student, people get an idea to plant more and more tree. Okay, see, a single festival, it makes a big changes in our society and it restores the balance between human and nature. Okay, One Mahotsav also act as the educational tool, particularly for young generation like you. Okay, it teaches children and youth. Okay, it teaches children like you and youth that trees are the most important thing. Okay, if you want to live a healthy life, then we have to plant more and more tree. Through One Mahotsav, we can easily understand the value of the trees. We have to protect our mother nature, okay, and long term benefit of environmental conservation, okay. By engaging ourselves in plantation activity, the festival helps create future leaders who will prioritize environmental sustainability, okay. One Mahotsav also create experts who become no One Mahotsav also create those person who in future become environmental activists, okay. So in this way, my dear student, this chapter is finished. So come with me and let's see what we learn in this chapter. In this chapter, my dear student, we learn about economic and non-economic activities, okay. We also learn about the value addition in economic activities, and we also understood that how non-economic activities contribute towards the social welfare, personal well-being, and enhance the overall quality of human life, okay. So this is all about in this chapter, my dear student. I hope, my dear student, you all got a very good understanding of this chapter. Okay, now what you have to do, go thoroughly through this chapter and complete all the exercise based on this chapter. Now I'm taking leave and going to meet with you all in the next class. Till then, take very good care of yourself. Bye.